if nobody has any questions, it's Lynn here from the Learn English Network with my bags packed ready. And this is the ESL vocabulary session. So you should know what we're going to discuss because it's the ESL vocabulary session and it's all in the group. Who's been paying attention? Anybody?
I know that it is the vocabulary challenge session, but
Yeah.
I don't know where have you been up to. Where have you been up to?
Where
last
have
week?
I? Oh, where? Okay, where did you? Oh, okay. Jessie is lost, so let's send Jessie a teleport. Okay. Okay, so let's let Jessie arrive. Hi, Jessie. Did you not get the message to the group? You should receive a message with the teleport location for each session here. Okay. Hi, nice to see you. Okay, group notifications. They appear in the top right hand side of your viewer. Okay. I try to send one for each session with the coordinates. Okay, now if the coordinates don't work or if for some reason you can't get them to work, just send me a message, as you did, Jessie, and ask for a teleport. Okay, because as you can see, there are several people here. So everybody, do you want to just introduce yourselves? Because I think there's a couple of people here who don't know each other. So let's just do a little round of introductions. April, if you would like to start. Not that you need any introduction.
Okay, so I will address myself to Ahmed only because the rest of you, I know everybody. So you don't need to listen to me. It's just boring. So don't yawning, Elliot. And Ahmed, welcome to this session, to this Kitely. Glad to see you, glad to meet you. I am April, and I'm like the oldest here in the literary meaning and in the physically meaning maybe. But I'm not the smartest here. I am the oldest, but I'm not the smartest. So what do you want to know more? I'm here for fun. I'm learning English just for fun, just to tease your teacher, our teacher, to make her life from time to time a little bit terrible. That's it, and I hope that you will enjoy your time here, and will come here regularly. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, April. Anybody got any questions for April?
I still don't know what country are you from. Is it Denmark or Belgium?
Me? Belgium.
Yes.
Belgium.
Belgium?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
What vices? Oh, vices. Oh, me. You, Bob. You are the vices.
So we have to ask you questions anyway. Which kind of occupation do you have mostly? No, I mean during the day. You
During the
work?
day?
Yes, you work or
No.
you just rest?
I at this moment, since a couple of months, I'm the nanny. I'm the nanny of my grandson. He's now 3 months and 2 weeks old, I think, and almost the whole week, every day, from from 7 to 5 o'clock, I have to take care of him, and it was a very nice and pleasant job, actually. Thank you, Bob.
It's very responsive. Can I say so? A job that takes a lot of responsibility. Is it response?
Not responsive, no. Responsive is more when you respond to something, okay?
Yes.
So it's a very responsible job.
Responsible.
Yeah. There's a lot of responsibility. Okay. Any other questions? Then, Bob, if you'd like to introduce yourself, because you're normally in the speakeasy session. Nice to see you here. Haven't seen you in vocabulary session for ages, so I don't think Ahmed or Josie actually know who you are, maybe. Jessie might have met you in speakeasy, I can't remember. But anyway, introduce yourself anyhow, okay?
Well, I come from Ukraine. I work as a teacher here. Lots of subjects. I can't even say which is the main. I mean, what exactly do I teach? Lots of things. How do you call it's? I guess it's a circus. It's a circus number. When a single person plays 3 or 4 instruments.
Or you could call it a
Or
juggling
orchestra
act.
man, or how do you call
You could
that?
call it a juggling act.
What do you call that, Aline?
Yeah,
A
you
juggling.
could call it a juggling act. Nothing to do with music, but just trying to keep all the balls in the air without dropping any.
But in Ukraine, when you want to say that that a person makes too many jobs simultaneously, you call it orchestra man. That this musician play all the instruments simultaneously.
Okay.
One hand. So don't you have such a saying? Or
we have a one-man band, but that's somebody
yes,
who...
yes.
Yeah, but that's actually more somebody who has all the instruments that he needs attached. So he's got a trumpet, he's got the cymbals between his knees, he's got the drum with his feet. Just
That's exactly what I mean.
okay, there you go.
We compare that to the situation when a single person do many activities, very often not even connected with each other.
You are a walking miracle, Bob. You're a marvel. I know.
and it's very interesting, in fact, but very time consuming. So that's the reason why I'm not visiting. I don't visit very often.
I know.
Recently.
I know. It's nice when you can come and visit, though. And you see, it's worth doing these little introductions from time to time, because April, who has known you for quite a while, Bob, did not know you were a teacher. There you go. Shiny. Any questions first for Bob? Anybody want to know?
Well,
Maybe, yeah, maybe I haven't paid attention uh, very well, but what age, which age of children or student do you teach, Bob?
16, 20 years.
From 16 to 20 years. Is it in a
Yeah.
school or is it a group, a supplement,
It's
classes?
it's a kind of what would you call a college. Our educational system is actively reforming right now. We try to adopt European system, and it is happening for a long time, and still we have our old names for those educational organizations. We still have so-called technicums, and it's more like colleges in Europe. So it's a college.
Okay, but the children, is that a college, special music college, so only
No.
No?
It was just
you just give one lesson. Okay.
It was just a metaphor. Metaphor. How to say that?
A metaphor.
When you compare something. A metaphor, yes, a metaphor. The main speciality is economics there, but recently they started to teach computer science. So it is very fun now when people who recently studied accounting taught accounting, they started to teach computer science.
So does it mean that you can play music very well, Bob?
Unfortunately not, but I decided to change this in my daughter. When she was 5 years old, I directed her, how to say that, to the local musical school. Now she plays quite well. She is 11 now.
What does he play?
It is classic, Bach, Beethoven, and so on.
But which instrument?
Piano, forte piano.
Okay. I want to say something. I don't know if you all want to. Oh, is that your daughter or you?
No, it stands next to me. I just
and you can play piano.
I just pressed a couple of buttons.
Button? No. There are no buttons on a piano. Keys. Yeah.
Keys. Yes. Yeah. Keys.
Piano
Exactly.
keys. If it's got buttons, it's not a piano. Okay, April, what were you saying?
Yeah, I want to say something because it is worth mentioning about instruments, music instruments. One of our journalist reporter was he was a specialist for Mid East, and he was a lot of time in Libya and Syria and all those countries in war. And when he was in Syria, he met some people who are musicians. They are musicians, but their music school and their music instrument are how do you say it? The ISIS has damaged their music instrument at school and at home either. When they wanted to play music, they will get some punishment. And he came back to Belgium, and he said, now I want to collect a lot of music instrument, and I will bring it to Syria for them. And he could, from the whole country came a lot of people who donate that, and he could collect 120 instruments. And last month, I think, they went to Syria, and they could bring it to them. And now it's different circumstances in Syria, and they can play again. And they were so happy. And the first song that they played for him was "Imagine." It was worth mentioning, I think, yeah, it was very poignant, actually.
Very good.
Our teacher, I mean the teacher of my daughter, wouldn't agree for her students to play pop music, just classic. She is very strict, like Lynn.
I'm not strict. Now, Shiny says she's got nothing to say about herself. Has anybody got any questions for Shiny? Shiny, who needs to practice her spoken English.
As far as I remember, Shani is from Japan, right? No?
Yeah,
Am I
I'm just
wrong?
going to ask. I'm asking Shiny.
She wants to change, to quit our attention and to convey it to Jessie, I think.
Yeah, Jessie has either crashed or logged off. I'm not sure which, but okay. Just a little message for Jessie if she watches this later. Your outfits, your skin, everything. There's so much free stuff in OpenSim. You just need to go and find it. And if you go to the forum, go to the Virtual Worlds group, you will find a list of places where you can find free items. There are some free items also in the sim here. If you go to the quadrangle and then go into the main building, you'll find quite a few outfits, skins, etc. on the first floor. So it's just a case of exploring and trying out a look that suits you, that you prefer, until you find the look you like, or just keep changing. Okay, Shiny, can you hear us, or have you gone off to cook? That's what Zom said you did yesterday. 111, good. Bob was asking, are you from Japan?
No.
I know. I didn't want to answer for you then. So, Bob, what have you got to say for that?
So it's very simple to say no. Maybe if it's not a please tell us. Which country are you from?
Okay, Ahmed's
Or
decided
maybe
to change his outfit.
which part of it? Is it cold or is it hot there?
Remember,
Anything.
there's a difference between come from and live.
Philippines.
Okay. Shiny doesn't want to say. You can always make it up, you know. I come from the moon. But remember, I come from is where were you born? Yeah? And or raised. Where do you live is where are you now? Yeah? Where do you live is where are you living now? Where's your permanent residence now? For example, remember, I come from the UK, but I live in Germany. Okay, Ahmed, when you've finished changing your outfit, or are you headed over to the swimming pool again? I'm not sure if Ahmed can hear us, though. I can't see a white dot now. No white dot. Can you hear us?
Aline, may I ask the question?
Yes.
You said I come from is where you were born.
Or raised. Yeah.
But yeah, but like you, for example, imagine you have a daughter, and she is born in Germany. So if I asked her where are you from, I'm from Germany, but I'm not a German. Eh?
Yeah, or I was born in Germany to British parents. Shiny, could you mute because we've got feedback? Okay, thank you. Yeah, we are speaking. Ahmed, go to the. Let me give you the link. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, if you go here, okay, this might help you. Okay, so there's a whole thread on voice issues in Kitely and Second Life. Okay, so I think introductions are over. I don't think Ahmed can really introduce himself unless he's no idea what we've been talking about. Jessie has crashed, so let's get on with the vocabulary challenge. And only Shiny took us up on the challenge. So you were talking to him, April, when?
To Ahmed, when I introduced myself, it was
Oh,
special
yes, I
for
know.
him.
Well, you do have to look for that white dot, I'm afraid. But maybe he can listen to the stream later if I ever get round to putting them live. Okay, so last week we looked at the vocabulary challenge about the embezzler. Shiny, you got the image, I know. Bob, April, did you get the image? I can't remember.
Which number was it, Lynn?
The embezzler number 1 and the embezzler number 2.
Yeah, but which vocabulary challenge?
It's
78?
Vocabulary challenge 78, I think. I've just lost my place, so bear with me. Let me go. Yes, vocabulary challenge 78.
No, I don't have that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you took the challenge either, but let's see. So, Shiny, I have corrected your text for the second part of the challenge. Don't worry about it, April or Bob. I will share the pictures with you. Okay. Shiny, have you got the picture in your vocabulary, in your inventory? Okay, so the vocabulary challenge was number 78, and it was all about an embezzler. Now, the first part of the challenge was in Moodle. The second part of the challenge was set last week, just for people in this session. So that's why I did some introductions, because only Jessie and Shiny was here. Monique hasn't come today, probably because she didn't do her homework. So yeah, we're down to Shiny's text, but I think she did a really good job. So if everybody looks at the first picture, okay, you will see that it was all about a con man. Now, Kevin Ab did a nice description, and I thought maybe, let's see, Bob, could you read Kevin's corrected version, the corrected version I did for Kevin?
From the local chat?
Yes, please, from nearby chat, yes.
From the picture, we can start with the safe, which is open. We can see it is empty.
Yeah.
Mr. Medal is a share trading company owner. His company is having big financial problems, which we can see on the news. Now his company's share prices have plummeted to an all-time low, as shown on the TV, and he is trying to escape from the city where his company is established. He is using a credit card to book his flight as part of his escape plan. As we can see in the picture, his cash box is open, but there are only a few coins and some cash. And it is a very small amount. But I'm sure that he may be brilliant because he has another card. He might be transferring all that money into that account.
Very good. Okay, so last week we discussed some of the words to describe Mr. Maddle: embezzler, fraudster, criminal, crook. There was some nice vocabulary. And then last week we looked at the second picture, which was not part of the original vocabulary challenge. Okay, so if you look at vocabulary challenge 2, it takes the story further of what he does next. And Shiny, you wrote a lovely description of what you thought would happen next. So I would like Shiny to read out her corrected text. Okay. So there's your corrected text. Oh, have I left my on criminal? Okay, that last sentence should read this. Okay, Shiny, could you read it out, please? Shiny, any luck? Shiny.
I was
There
speaking.
you go. Okay, no, we couldn't hear you. I can hear you now. Good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
A memoir of the common metal, The Last Journey. $7 million all in $100 billion, $100 bills were stuffed into my luggage. Here I was in my Hawaiian shirt, white shorts, and sandals, standing at Takunan International Airport. I was all ready to embrace the beaches of Coronado and Gorgona and breathe the sweet air of freedom out there, but only if I managed to cross the border. Will that happen belong to me? Sadly, I have screwed up. The border guard has rejected my offer. That customs officer did not accept the bribe. Stupid guy. Everybody loves money. I mean, what kind of a man would turn down such a good deal? He had the chance of not working for the rest of his life. $7 million have gone, all confiscated. I guess that's life, isn't it? I had expected a 30-year prison sentence, but because of my cooperation and the fact I have bladder cancer, I was sentenced to just 1 year house arrest under supervision, and I have been permitted to spend my last days at home. Have I left my mark on criminal history? I don't know. But one thing for sure is I'm sorry.
Okay, you are sorry. I wasn't sure if you wanted to say I am sorry or I'm not sorry. Very good. Well done. Very nicely written. And don't be so apologetic. I give up. I wanted to make up an interesting ending but failed. So you tried to please your audience by making the criminal apologetic in the end. Is that right, Shiny?
I think people love to see, a criminal have a bad ending or suffer from bad thing.
Okay, do you know what we call it when somebody gets the fate they deserve, gets the punishment they deserve? We have a strange word.
Karma.
Karma, yes,
Karma.
but no, this is another word. That's karma is, of course, very. It's a well-known word, I think, across different nationalities. Yeah, karma being either in this life or the next, that you would have their fate decided in a future existence. No, this is about this life, and we call it justice. Yes, but justice isn't always meted out. Justice tends to have that sort of legal connotation. Yeah. We have one word that's called fate. Well, fate can be good or bad. No, this is particularly to do with receiving the punishment you deserve. And we say he got his comeuppance. I don't know if you've ever heard this. And it is one word. Okay. So in the end, Shiny, what you're trying to say is he got his comeuppance. Okay. Oh, poor Ahmed. Yeah, Ahmed, if you watch this later, I'll try and send you the link to it if I remember. But yeah, I can't really give support for voice problems in a session. But if you need help later, and you see I'm online, let me know. Or go to the forum, the Kitely forum, and you'll find lots of help about your settings, etc. there. Okay, so your comeuppance, or we have another thing. Yeah, he had it coming. Yep, coming with one M, and also we say his just desserts. It's a very strange one as well. Your just desserts. Okay, to get what you deserve. Sorry, desserts. Not deserts.
Dessert, it's what you eat after the main meal, yes?
That's right, but desserts in the past used to mean things deserved. Okay. So desserts is now desserts is the last or sweet course of the meal, And deserts is always the arid region, and desserts, has been mixed up with this is just desserts. Okay? Which is why I was spelling it desserts. Okay? But your just desserts here is from the old word meaning of that which you have, that which you deserve. Okay? And that's why I always get the spelling wrong for just desserts, because I think desserts, not deserts, but it's actually deserts. Yeah? But the desserts. And it just means to get what you deserve. So if you think just desserts, deserve, it might help you avoid the spelling mistake I always make. But comeuppance is a punishment that you deserve, and your just desserts, often related to punishment and negative things happening. Again, you get what you deserve. Okay? So, any questions for Shiny about her story? Do you think it fits to the picture? Is there anything you would add or take away? Is there anything you would like to ask about the picture? We did look at the vocabulary last week, but looking at the picture, is there anything you're not sure of? Number 6, which picture? The first one or the second? Oh, number 6, the first picture. Yeah, picture 1, yes. Okay, hang on, because I've got the second one open. Bear with me. Okay, number 6, that's the actual security number on the back of the card. Okay, so I don't know if you've ever tried to pay online, but if you have a credit or debit card that you use online, you have to have that security number. So it's just like the card, I think it's called the CV number. You paint it. What do you mean you paint it? Bob, take the mic. You're making me tired.
Yes, yes. I paint it with a corrector.
But
So
you cover it.
no one, the cover, yes, so no one can see it. It's nice security.
Okay. But you can remember
method.
it, I hope. I hope you can remember it.
Yes, I write it down somewhere, and because if you pay in public place with your credit card, and someone occasionally maybe will take a photo of your card and will get all your numbers, your money may be gone.
That's very true. That's very true. But I'm not sure if Tipex is the way to go.
And not everyone knows that cheaters, or how to say, how to call them, fraudsters,
Fraud.
don't even broadsters
fraud.
don't.
Hang on. Wait.
Fraud.
Fraudsters.
Fraud.
Yeah.
Frauds, yes.
Yeah.
They don't even need your PIN code.
No.
They are happy with your numbers on the credit card, which are not hidden and secured properly.
Not hidden.
Hidden, yes, not hidden.
That's very true. And I'm afraid that Mr. Maddle in our picture is one of these people, I'm afraid. Now, the first picture, the answers are actually on the vocabulary challenge in the forum. So we're really looking at the second picture. Shiny, house arrest. Yes, if you're placed under house arrest, it means you are not allowed to leave the house. Quite often they'll put some kind of anklet on you, a security anklet that will actually go off and alert the police or the security services if you leave a particular area. I don't know if you've ever seen these in police shows where the criminal has this anklet placed on him. I think there's an American TV series, a little bit like Catch Me If You Can. White Collar, I think it's called. And the criminal in that, he has to stay within a certain area of the city, otherwise he will be arrested and put back in prison. So it's a sort of a form of house arrest. Okay. Crime and punishment. Hi Ahmed. My goodness, there's less of you every time I see you. Welcome back, Ahmed. Okay, so looking at the second picture, any other questions? Shiny, what would you have preferred to have happen to me? It was like you were writing for the forum rather than what you would have liked to write. How would you have liked it to end, your story? Would you have liked him to get away with it?
Legendary, but we are not allowed to make a criminal a hero, right?
Oh, I don't know.
So,
Robin Hood?
ah,
Have you heard of Robin Hood?
yes.
Yeah, Robin Hood, riding through the... I don't know if Mr. Maddle's a Robin Hood, though, but what did Robin Hood do?
I think that's all his excuses. Rob the rich and give those money or treasure to the poor.
That's right, to rob the rich and give to the poor. But he's a hero. In the UK, he's still known as a hero. Have you all heard of Robin Hood? Yeah, that's it, Sergey, yes. And most cultures have their own Robin Hood hero. I mean, there's no saying that he was a real character, but there are legends in most cultures with a similar character. So I think you can make the criminal the hero, especially nowadays. What is a hero? What is a criminal? Karmaluk, yeah? What did he do, Bob? Take the mic.
Exactly the same what Robin Hood did. But in our case, it has some connotation to slavery, because most people here in 1861 still were slaves. it's not far from the present. Were slaves of Russian and many other. We were in the part of Russian Empire, so the people in the villages didn't have any rights. They were sold and bought as a cattle, and the most famous Ukrainian poet, whose portrait is on the bills today. He was bought for 2,000 rubles, being already famous poet. So famous Ukrainian poets were bought and sold in Russian Empire. That's the fact.
Well, it wasn't very dissimilar to the UK, where people were not free to travel. You had to get permission to travel outside your city or town or fortress in those days. And if you were might not have been slavery, but indentured, and apprentices didn't get paid. They worked for nothing. In fact, they paid to become an apprentice. So, yeah, slavery is a tricky one. It's existed for many, many, many years in different forms. I call us wage slaves now, though. We are all wage slaves.
this Karmeluk, he maybe he robbed the rich and gave money to the poor, but he revenged those people who were tortured by their masters, something like that. I can't remember right now exactly what it was, but all
Sounds
that
good
stuff.
to me. And have you made films about him? Have there been films made about him?
Lots of.
Yeah. Okay.
Many. The street my college is at bears his name.
There you go. I don't know if we've got any Robin Hood streets in the UK. We have a Robin Hood Centre in Sherwood Forest, and that's one of the few tourist attractions in the area. Okay. Well, look, we're running out of time. Ahmed, I'm not sure why your voice wasn't working. But anyway, next week we'll start a new topic, okay, based on one of the vocabulary challenges. So I'm going to close this vocabulary challenge down now. Any questions before I close it, before we finish? About the second picture. As I say, the first picture you'll find the answers in the forum. The second picture you won't. It was a sort of prompt for the story that you wanted to tell. Number 27. Let me have. Oh yeah. Shiny. Can you remember number 27? The guy who was stealing the wallet from the tourist's bag? What do we call them? April knows this one as well. April, can you help Sergey?
Is that a pickpocket? No.
Pickpocket. Yeah. No, you got it. You got it. A pickpocket, Sergey.
Oh, but it is for the person. Pickpocket.
Yeah.
I thought
it's
that
also a verb. Yeah, to pick pockets. Yeah. But a pickpocket is the person who's trained themselves to steal things from you without you knowing, without you even realizing. Oh, did you, Shiny? Sorry, we didn't hear you. Number 28. Oh, that's just somebody withdrawing money from the cash machine. Okay, ATM, automatic telling machine, or cash machine, or hole in the wall. Okay.
But automatic, the second word, telling, automatic.
Automatic teller. Okay.
Tell. Can you spell the second word?
Yeah, sure. Hang on. Let me get my mic in. My
teller.
Yeah.
Why teller?
Okay, I'll explain in a moment. Hang on. I've lost my mouse. Ah, here it is. Yep. Okay. Basically, the ATM it's an American term, by the way. Okay. So in the UK, we have bank clerks. Yeah. But in the US, they have bank tellers. Okay. So the teller.
Tellers, people who tell, who talk with people who tell a lot, explain a lot of things. Okay, I have got the hang of it.
Good. So automated or automatic teller machine. Okay. ATM. It is an American thing. We call it a cash machine. Okay. Cash machine. We've had this before when we were doing the banks. We also call it the hole in the wall. I'm going to the hole in the wall to get some money out. Yeah. But in the US, a teller is the person who sits behind the counter and tells you how much money you've got in your account, maybe? I don't know, but that's what they're called, tellers. In the UK, we call them bank clerks. So bank clerk, that's British English, and teller, that's North American English. Okay, so ATM, automated or automatic teller machine, and that's where it comes from, the word teller. Okay, nothing to do with telling or being told, though. Okay.
Is it widespread term, the hole in the wall?
The hole in the wall in the UK,
What?
yes, in the UK. I doubt that an American would know because to them it would probably be the Hole in the Wall gang, which was a famous bank robbing team in American history. So I would only use the hole in the wall in the UK. Okay? Is there a hole in the wall nearby? Yeah, there's one at the Lloyd's Bank round the corner. If you said it in America, they'd probably be either confused and think you needed a builder, or they might associate it with the hole in the wall gang. Okay? You can look up the hole in the wall gang. Okay, Shiny. I think you've lost voice somehow. I don't know why. But anyway, yes, we are. You're quite right. We have run out of time. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. It was a bit different because this is one of the problems with these sessions. You know, people come one week, not the next week. It's why I prefer to do one vocabulary challenge per week. But thank you so much, Shiny, for doing your bit and sharing your story. Made the session a lot easier.
Lint, is it on break? The on a break? On a break, the vocabulary challenge this week?
No.
It's in the calendar. Is something on a break from, let me see, from Wednesday 15th up to, oh, what is that's it's a radio maybe. The radio
yes,
on,
the English
on a break?
radio is on a break, yes. But the vocabulary challenge is running. It's a nice, simple one, and you'll like it, April, because it harks back to a previous one. No, you've already done it.
I've done, yeah, I've done it.
So it's not on a break. Very good. Well done. But it's a nice, easy one this week, because the previous two have been a bit difficult. So next week we'll probably do last week's, which is about fire. And we might talk about the Grenfell fire disaster. We'll see. We'll see who turns up and what level they're at. Okay.
And before that is about CEO, no?
What do you mean? Number 81?
Number
81 was about fire.
No, 80 then.
Number 80 was about
CEO.
No, just about office.
I see.
Office equipment.
Oh, then is it 79? Yeah, 79. A meeting. Amazing,
Yes.
Lynn.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That was 79. But no, we'll skip that one because we're going to do an office one at some point. We'll probably do the fire one next week. Okay. Remember, we don't do them in any kind of order. It just depends what's topical. The fire one was meant to be before the meeting one, but Grenfell happened and I didn't feel um, I didn't feel like posting it that particular week for obvious reasons. But there's a little bit of distance between it now, so we can talk about that one next week. So we'll probably meet in the tower opposite. We've done a little bit on fire in the drama session once. It'll be interesting to see what you can remember. But the tower opposite will probably meet in there. Okay? Any questions before I disappear? I'll be in TGIF in an hour. But if you aren't coming, then have a lovely weekend. And I hope to see you next week. And remind me, by the way, please put a reminder in Discord for me to change the server back to Western Europe because it's set for Brazil at the moment for Natasha's session. You know how to teach her how to set the server. You're welcome, Bob. Thank you for coming. And we've learnt a little bit more about each other, where we come from, and what we do. You see, you think you know people, you don't really know them. You're welcome, April. Thank you for coming. Take care. Bye.
I mean, what exactly do I teach? Lots of things. How do you call it's? I guess it's a circus. It's a circus number. When a single person plays 3 or 4 instruments.
Or you could call it a juggling
or orchestra
act.
man, or how do you call that?
You could call it a juggling act.
What do you call that, Lynn?
Yeah,
juggling.
You could call it a juggling act. Nothing to do with music, but just trying to keep all the balls in the air without dropping any.
But in Ukraine, when you want to say that that a person makes too many jobs simultaneously, you call it orchestra man. That this musician play all the instruments simultaneously.
Okay.
One hand. So don't you have such a saying? Or
we have a one-man band, but that's somebody who...
yes.
Yeah, but that's actually more somebody who has all the instruments that he needs attached. So he's got a trumpet, he's got the cymbals between his knees, he's got the drum with his feet.
That's exactly what I mean.
Okay, there you go.
We compare that to the situation when a single person do many activities very often.
Now 3 months and 2 weeks old, I think, and almost the whole week every day from 7 to 5 o'clock. I have to take care of him, and it was a very nice and pleasant job actually. Thank you, Bob.
It's very responsive, can I say so? A job that takes a lot of responsibility. Is it response?
Not responsive, no. Responsive is more when you respond to something, okay?
Yes.
So it's a very responsible job.
Responsible.
There's a lot of responsibility. Okay. Any other questions? Then, Bob, if you'd like to introduce yourself, because you're normally in the speakeasy session. Nice to see you here. Haven't seen you in vocabulary session for ages, so I don't think Ahmed or Josie actually know who you are, maybe. Jessie might have met you in Speakeasy. I can't remember, but anyway, introduce yourself anyhow. Okay.
Well, I come from Ukraine. Mm, I work as a teacher here. Lots of subjects. I can't even say which is the main.
If nobody has any questions, it's Lynn here from the Learn English Network with my bags packed ready. And this is the ESL vocabulary session. So, you should know what we're going to discuss because it's the ESL vocabulary session and it's all in the group. Who's been paying attention? Anybody?
I know that it is the vocabulary challenge session, but
Yeah.
I don't know where have you been up to. Where have you been up to
Where
last
have
week?
I? Oh, where? Okay, where did you? Oh, okay. Jessie is lost, so let's send Jessie a teleport. Okay. Okay, so let's let Jessie arrive. Hi, Jessie. Did you not get the message to the group? You should receive a message with the teleport location for each session here. Okay. Hi, nice to see you. Okay, group notifications. They appear in the top right hand side of your viewer. Okay. I try to send one for each session with the coordinates. Okay, now if the coordinates don't work or if for some reason you can't get them to work, just send me a message, as you did, Jessie, and ask for a teleport. Okay, because as you can see, there are several people here. So everybody, do you want to just introduce yourselves? Because I think there's a couple of people here who don't know each other. So let's just do a little round of introductions. April, if you would like to start. Not that you need any introduction.
Okay, so I will address myself to Ahmed only because the rest of you, I know everybody, so you don't need to listen to me. It's just boring, so don't yawning, Elliot. And Ahmed, welcome to this session, to this Kitely. Glad to see you, glad to meet you. I am April, and I'm the oldest here in the literary meaning and in the physically meaning maybe. But I'm not the smartest here. I am the oldest, but I'm not the smartest. So, what do you want to know more? I'm here for fun. I'm learning English just for fun, just to tease your teacher, our teacher, to make her life from time to time a little bit terrible. that's it, and I hope that you will enjoy your time here, and will come here regularly. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, April. Anybody got any questions for April?
I still don't know what country are you from. Is it Denmark or Belgium?
Me, Belgium.
Yes,
Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
What vices? Oh, vices. Oh, me, you, Bob. You are the vices.
So we have to ask you questions anyway. Which kind of occupation do you have mostly? No, I mean during the day. You
During the
work?
day?
Yes, you work or
No.
you just rest?
I at this moment, since a couple of months, I'm the nanny. I'm the nanny of my grandson. He's